It's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Yeah.
There it is. We in the building. We in the building. And boom. What's up? Welcome back, goddammit, to another edition of Tell Me a Joke. The guideline of Chasing the Dream. I'm your host, Maniacal, Menace, Smith. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. And today, it is the long-awaited. I finally got the homie on my side. Man, the spitter, the hotness over here. He's moved to Arizona, but he wants to come back. Man, put y'all hands together for young Yena Wildn. There it is.
Oh, Houston, motherfucking Houston!
Yeah,
Goddamn.
yeah, there we go. All right. we done got the happy crowd in this motherfucker, man. How you been, son? How you been?
I've been good.
Yeah.
I've been blessed.
Yes, sir.
I've been
yes,
blessed.
Sir. Yes, sir.
God
You
has
vibrant,
given me
son.
a lot.
Yeah, you looking vibrant.
I
You
do.
looking, yeah,
Get a little
You
skincare,
came
a
with
little
a glow. I see
just
you.
a little lotion, just a little, just a little right now. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You holding it down, son. How's Arizona for you?
Arizona is a melting pot.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of everything.
A little
It's
bit of
different.
everything. Yes, sir.
It's really different. What's interesting is to hear how hip hop sounds in different cultures.
Yeah.
And to be able to compete with that is beautiful.
Yeah.
And since I moved to Arizona, I've really took pride in representing my state. Florida! Florida! Because everybody's so prideful there of where they come from, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
What got you out to Arizona?
Man, my big sister.
Oh,
she
yeah.
was staying out there because when I was living in Houston, I was by myself.
So
I did my thing in Houston, and I moved to be close to my sister.
Yeah, hey man, that's the perfect way to go. Cause like I out in California, it was nice. It was a fun time. I mean, it was a fun time until it wasn't fun. But then I ain't had nobody out there.
Yeah,
so it's like it's one thing to like actually try to build and grow your art in somewhere by making new friends and all that, but it don't feel the same unless you're around family. Family is a different thing. It brings the differentness out you.
Yeah.
You know, and I totally understand that because I couldn't being out in California. It was nice. It was like, yeah, I'm doing this by myself. I'm on my own. But then also realizing that, man, when you have them down times, it's like, it'd be nice to have family. It'd be nice to have somebody to go home cook meals and shit. You know?
And somebody that knows the man behind the stage.
Yes,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I was missing.
You're such a boisterous person. How you cut it off when you go home?
I just cut it off.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like clocking in for a job. And
Yeah.
it's just a different side of me. When I'm home, I'm just chill. You know,
Yeah.
I'm real chill. Hell, even when I go out, until I hit the stage, it don't come on until I hit it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You see, it's judging books by its cover. I just spoke with crazy ass Nero about this.
Nero, my motherfucking nigga. Shout out to Nero.
Shout out Nero.
Goddamn.
We've had a discussion just because like we have the outside look to where it looks like, oh, we are a handful, you know, and to be able to come into an area or a stage. And people don't realize that, you know, since I'm always a friendly person, people don't realize that I prefer to be in the corner.
Yeah.
And I prefer to not be saying shit. I'm really shy and introverted until it's time for me to get on stage. And they be like, whoa, man, you was like 6'2" on that stage. To my nigga. It's like, yeah, good. You know, I feel as if I'm a giant on the stage. But other than that, like, I don't want to bring any attention to myself. Besides, you know, I just want to show you what I have. And then after that, we can go ahead and converse from there. But before that, like, before I do my thing, hold on, let me just be the weird nigga in the corner.
I tell people I am the president of the antisocial club. I am the president of that club, my boy.
Yeah.
I will stay home.
Yeah.
One thing about it, two things for sure, I will go home. Yeah, once I put that mic down, I'm done. That's it. For those who know me, knows that, you know, I'm doing something to feed my family for generations to come.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? And I'm meeting great people on the way, and it's a blessing.
That's what I try to instill in myself. That's what I try to keep telling myself so I can keep this going. Like, it's not going to stop. I know it's not going to stop because my brain's not going to allow me to. And the creativeness that I have in me is not going to allow me to be like, all right, nigga, we ain't going to do nothing with this.
Right.
Because I itch every time I'm like, ooh, nigga, somebody need to hear this. This shit good right here. You know, it's
Too good to be in the book.
Right. Too good to be held to myself.
Yeah.
This is also for somebody else. The Lord says this needs to be heard by somebody else. Somebody else needs to get these feelings too. But, you know, it's just, I got to take my time. I got to manage it. I got to manage it because, you know, I work on it now just so that when I do go deliver it, it is 100%. That's what that's the moment that I'm at. That's the process that I'm in at this moment. You know, just because, you know, being a daddy is one thing. That's going to come first.
Yes.
And then the artistry is second. So it's like, boom, go ahead and take care of family and make sure, you know, little man and the wife is good. And then go ahead and do your thing. Think about that afterwards.
Right.
Because, you know, I work, so take care of work. Boom, come home, take care of family. Then the rest of that time is yours to go ahead and think about.
That's why I ain't got no kids. That's why I ain't got no kids.
I prided myself. I did take pride in myself for being there to pull out on time. And then it was like, bitch, you getting old. Hips don't move as fast, you know? Couldn't get out of there. Yes. So it's just like, okay. But, you know, I do want to be able to pass down this knowledge and the skill that I have, and also be able to show that, you know, my generation that, your granddaddy did do something. Look what your pappy is all over the internets and such, and this is what he did, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the kind of legacy I'm trying to live behind.
That's the one I want to live behind.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm going to live behind.
Yeah.
My boy. I do look forward to my grandkids being like, damn, if it wasn't for granddaddy doing this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
Shit, we wouldn't have this big ass pool, this big ass house.
Right. That's yes.
You get what I'm saying?
I look for the future. I try not to see it. I try not to think about the future as much, but I also look for the future aspect of what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Just so you know, it's like, man, is this gonna be worth it? Is this gonna build to what I want, to where my family is comfortable later? You know, because like my daddy didn't do this, so I don't have the syllabus to be like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to go about it.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So it's just like, I'm starting this from scratch. I'm not a son of Will Smith. You know,
right?
I'm not. So I don't have that. You know, that look. I can't go ahead and be like, oh, this is what my dad did. My dad worked. He worked his ass off, and so that's what I have instilled to me is to work. And until the entertainment side came around, I was like, "Ooh, well, I don't want to do this work, but also I don't want to be lazy in my daddy's eyes."
That part.
You know, so it's just like the balance. You know, that's
what mine is. Crazy that you mentioned the Will Smith and that comparison. My dad did music.
Okay,
and he was an artist and he rapped. But the biggest difference is I can't use what he did as an example. Me being a gay artist, I can't even do what he do.
Yeah.
My crowd is so much different. Yes, I can dip and dab into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm on a whole nother playing field. I'm in a whole nother lane. I've been blessed enough to even get further than, you know, his efforts. And I'm just trying to push it through, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to push it through.
Hell yeah. These are the things. These is why I talk to certain people that I do, just because they have a different aspect, they have a different outlook on life, just because of what they're dealing with as well. Yeah. And it's like, all right, you know, I can bring my insight to it, but then hearing somebody else is like, ooh, hold on, hold on, go home and write that down. Go home and write that down, because that seems like it can go ahead and benefit me as well, and it seems like it's helping you. So yeah, go ahead and give me knowledge that you have, so I can go ahead and better my life and make things easier for myself as well. Just because, you know, everybody has a different way that they're gonna navigate this world, and I do love to see how people go about that, and you know, their trials that they have to deal with. You know, so your dad was he played music. My mom, she did music. She played the piano, and you know, they tried to teach me piano and all that, and it was just at the time I was like, this is boring. I don't want to do it. You know, but now I think about it, I'm like, damn.
You wish your ass would have paid attention, ain't it?
I wish I would have.
Man.
I'd be a problem. I'd be a motherfucking problem.
Probably would have.
Yeah, I'd be a problem.
I played the trombone.
Yeah?
Yeah, I took band in high school. I wasn't good at it. but I played that mother.
Yeah.
I was in band class. I was like, hey, can I just rap over this? Can I just say something? Can I sing? He was like, nah, you can have some. Man.
Get out of there. Yeah. I feel like now that I have a different knowledge when it comes to music, I definitely want, like, I got a bass at the house. And I try to teach myself how to play bass, self-taught. But I don't have the mental capacity to sit down and be like, all right, nigga, this is music theory. It don't happen like that. I'm like, fuck, man, this is dumb. Like, why would I try to do this myself?
Right.
Knowing I ain't good at schoolwork and shit, I'm trying to go ahead and learn something that I mean, it'll benefit me in the long run, but right now I need to set aside the time to do this. But trying to teach it to myself? Nah, myself ain't gonna listen to self. Be like, sit down. Nigga, work on these chords. Be like, man, fuck you, nigga. Work on these chords. I'm about to go play these games real quick. So, yeah, my mental just beats me when it comes to music. You know, I need my mama back to go ahead and be like, yo, here's what it is. But, you know, it is something to deal with. Just because, you know, I wish somebody would have been there and be like, hey, nigga, just give it some time. You know, that'd have been. I have this knowledge now to where I can go ahead and give this to my son and pass this on and be like, hey, this could be beneficial to you in the long run. Yeah. You know, either it might seem grueling now, but you can at least get it done now, get it out of the way, and then have something in the future to where you can make your own shit. You know, but now I don't have that knowledge. I have that knowledge to pass down to him, but I don't have the skill to be able to pick it up and to be like, yeah, you know, I'm playing some shit now. And to be able to show him that. And it makes me feel like I've kind of missed out a little bit, because what if he does grow up and he plays music? I would like to play with him, but, you know, now that I can't, all I
ain't
got
nothing
is
wrong
words.
with just being in the crowd.
That's true.
Like, that's my
true.
boy. Yeah. I grew up with like a pageant kind of mom.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful. At the time, I wasn't. I was like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
But she definitely she forced me to take music appreciation. I came home one day and I was like, man, this was my 9th grade year in high school. Yeah. And I was like, man, Mom, they gave me this boring class. I'm not taking this. And at the time, I wanted to do music. Yeah. And she looked at me. She was like, you dropped the class. I'm going to put my foot in your And she did. And looking back, I'm like, Mama, hit him harder, because I don't know what he's talking about. It was the best decision for me to take that class. Yeah. I studied so many genres. I learned about classical music, jazz, scat. Yeah. I learned about everything but hip hop. So now when I'm in hip hop music and there's so many elements that I use that people be like, where'd that come from? That's weird. But in reality, if you have the ear for it, you know, and after that 1 year of her, you know, being who she was, I took music theory for the next 4 years.
Come on.
Every year in high school, I was in there.
Yeah.
I was in there like swimwear, my boy.
Oh, man, that's awesome, son. So you have the whole background knowledge of, not because you're an amazing hip hop artist. Like that is, but to say that now you have this background, to know that I know that you have this background knowledge of classical and just like a good basis of things, just elements to go ahead and feed your hip hop that you do. That's the, like, I look at it, it's not even a trifecta, but like the combination of things is what helps with, because just like Jean-Claude Van Damme, he was a good martial artist, basically on film, but you know, he was an actual ballerina. Right. So the splits and shit, that's why. Because he used to do ballet. Wow. Right. Lomachenko, the boxer. The boxer, his daddy had him do salsa. Or, I believe it was some type of interpretive. He put him in dance lessons, basically, so he can have nice footwork. So Lomachenko
that's the only thing I'm thinking about, man. The footwork and how you move. And
footwork is amazing for Lomachenko because his daddy had him in dance when he was young. So those building blocks that you have that you can use as you're younger, like I noticed that now, it's like, ooh, I'm gonna definitely tell my son this. Hey, be like, hey, if you see something that you like, keep at it. Like, even though it's not a mainstay of what you might do, it is something that you can add on to what you're doing. Because comedy poetry would have never came if I never wanted to rap when I was little. You know, I've always wanted to rap. always wrote poetry because I had a soft side for the ladies. And then, I was silly, so comedy came around. But not saying that, all right, rapping didn't work for me. Boom. All right, cool. There's too much. I'm weird with these words. What I'm gonna do? All right, fuck it. Let's move over to this poetry scene. I'm nice with these words. I don't have to put a beat behind it. I ain't got to worry about finding a producer. I can do my own thing. Motherfuckers like these words.
Yeah.
Cool. And then the silliness came. So it's just like, let's put these words with this silly shit and see how that works. And then boom, that didn't fucking skyrocketed, and people like, yo. You that nigga, huh?
You are, man. You are amazing. You just basically blended genres, and that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah,
I blend my hip hop with comedy, and I created Yena Pryor.
Yes, like what?
That's please, a motherfucker right there.
Get me break down the name for me, please. Break down. I need to know because the name it is so like even when you had the monikers of the hyenas from the Lion King and your persona with the hair, everything just fits. Tell me, where did this name derive from?
Man, so Yena is pretty much hyena without the H.
Right.
Hyenas in Africa is very strong animals.
Yes.
However, in America, they're not shown as that. They're shown as the complete opposite. And if you really think about it, the lions are the king of the jungle. However, their biggest competition is the hyenas.
Yes, they are.
If you look at Lion King, Scar, he wanted to take over the kingdom. He didn't go to no goddamn bears, no panthers, no nothing. He took his ass to the hyenas.
The hyenas, yes.
And, even in that movie, they mind their business.
Yeah.
They had to come get got. But other than that, they was in the, we good where we at. We cool. So I really love that about them.
Yeah.
So, and I that's me and my artistry. You know, I'm mind my business. I do what I does.
Right.
But if a motherfucker want to bring it to the stage, and okay.
Come take these canine pressures, goddammit.
It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
That's
so
what's up.
Yena, and then I have my alter ego, Yena Pryor.
Okay.
That's inspired by Richard Pryor. Because laugh at me, I'm always gonna get the last laugh.
Yeah.
And that's the perfect thing for a comedian. You don't joke at no goddamn comedian. You seen what happened to Wanda when she talked about Cat Williams?
Oh,
on that. Come on, man. Oh, we can go there, baby. We can go there. So
he
Richard
felt
Pryor.
so bad for her after that. He's like, ooh, he eviscerated you. Oh my god.
Yeah. And Richard Pryor being who he is, I watched a 6-part documentary about him.
Yeah.
So I really took time. It was originally gonna be Bernie Mac, but after that 6-part documentary, I said Richard Pryor's.
Yeah. Richard Pryor is one of my goats as well. I went back to because Bernie Mac show is on Netflix, so I like to think about the greats that have been there and that have came and went.
Yeah.
Just because it's like they really put the time, and then to see people like us, like black people, black folks, to be actually behind in front of the camera, being the ones telling their story. Martin, fucking D.L. Hughley, the fucking the Wayans, like all of them, to be able to do that. And I think about that often. Be like, yeah, I can also do that. I have now seeing that, I know that I have the capabilities to do that with my family as well, as long as I keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. So to be able to see artistry and to be able to mimic, what we've seen, we've came a long fucking way.
Long way.
We've came a long way.
It was a time where we wasn't even allowed to be on stage.
Yeah.
There was a time where we had to hustle in the parking lots, and to see where, over time and with social media and everything and all the opportunities, now it's just about who can hustle the hardest.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
beautiful.
Yeah. What's your inspirations?
Oh man, I got so many.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Right now, there's Beyonce is has always been, just for her artistry, her hard work. I remember when she was going through the whole Illuminati bull.
Yeah.
And I was a kid, and I was like, I don't see no Illuminati in heels on stage doing what I see Beyonce and Beyonce only. I don't know what you talking about. Listen, Beyonce, her work ethic. I love the fact that she doesn't use her personal life to promote her music, and she never has.
No.
So
you don't really hear much about
at all
them or Jay-Z.
And people don't care.
No,
people don't care. Get your ass on stage.
Yeah, basically.
Cut her mic on. That's all we care about.
That's
we don't
all
care
I
what
need.
genre she's singing. We don't care what she's singing about.
Yeah.
is Beyonce.
Have you heard her new Cowboy Carter album?
I did.
Yes,
I did.
Are you a fan?
I am a huge fan.
I love it.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. I loved everything that she did with it. I love 16 Carriages. That's my
and
my
to
song.
say that she is tapped into the lane of country, she has brought out even more black country artists.
Yeah.
Which I am like, I heard of Shabuzi before but to say that, she put him on there and it's like, oh, good shit. I see what you're doing, Beyonce. I love it and keep going. There's other motherfucking country artists that are on there that are black that is like, oh, I love this. I love that she's, putting it out there, because it's just like, I've been getting this because of where I work. I get this often. It's like, what's Beyonce doing singing country? Be like, what? Jelly Roll used to rap, so did Post Malone, and now they do country. Like, why can't we? Like, why do people have to get so upset because oh, we just supposed to stick to hip hop because we black? That's what it is. Music is music, though.
Right.
Like, why can't somebody like me make country as well?
And I love what she did, because I have my background in music. When I listen to the album, she is still herself.
Yeah.
There's so much R&B elements that she left
Right.
in there. Like, she wasn't trying to be Dolly Parton.
Right.
She wasn't trying to be Taylor Swift. She wasn't trying to be Miley Cyrus. She was literally, that was, like she said, a Beyonce album.
Yeah, and she got the recognition from Dolly Parton to go ahead and do it.
She redid the song. She redid Jolene, my boy.
Why can't you just give her that? Why can't we give her a flower? I mean, of course, in the black community, we gave her flowers. But
absolutely.
Just when I go to other places and you hear about it, like, what the fuck is Beyonce doing singing country? Why can't she sing country? Because she's not of the country that you would assume to be seeing. Like, it doesn't. Like, and then I had to look it up. Like, what does it mean to have country album? What makes a country album? Basically ballads, the instruments that they use, and so on and so forth.
Content as well,
exactly.
too.
And I'm like, oh, well, if you put it that, if you want to define what country music is, she did just that.
She did it.
She did just that, and she did it perfectly. And you can't hate on that because it's in the dictionary. This is how y'all put it in the dictionary. This is what it is, and that's exactly what she did.
And history repeats itself. Beyonce's not the first person to jump into a genre like that. Michael Jackson did it. He went through absolute hell for it. Black people wasn't supposed to be in pop. That wasn't a thing. Whitney Houston, when she came out, boy, she bulldozed the Beatles. All Michael and Whitney Houston bulldozed pop. And they opened the door for us. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And Whitney Houston went through so much scrutiny. She went through so much. They thought my girl had multiple personalities. They're like, oh, girl, you sing white. And she had these interviews you can go Google, you feel me? And she was always like, what you mean I sing too white? Because I'm doing pop. That's crazy. Right. But because she did what she did, we're able to take over that genre too. And so Beyonce's doing something beautiful.
That there is what I call range. All right, that you can't just say, "Oh, you sound like this, you sound like that." No, that means this person has a range. Of plethora. You don't have to just stick to one thing. And that's what I always told myself. I was like, I always thought it just had to be comedy or it just had to be poetry, and it could never mold into something different. Yeah. And so now that it opens people's eyes to being like, "Oh, this is." All right, I can do this too? Like, yeah, fuck yeah. I don't understand why people don't think they couldn't. It's something different to see now when I do come out and bring comedy poetry other places, because it is not expected and most people haven't heard it. So it's just like when people do go around and see it, it's like, that was clever as shit.
Yeah, when I first seen you, I was like, damn. Yeah. Damn. I know I mix comedy with rap, but he's doing it with poetry, and I've never seen it done the way that you do it.
Yes.
And it's beautiful. It is amazing. It's great. I can't do it. I can't do it like that. You feel me?
It's fucking, I'm still trying to figure out what is the next piece that I'm going to write that's going to be to that caliber, because it is. Like, to have them to the caliber that they are now, like with Eyebrows and Grandma Poem and shit like that, it is difficult to write something like that. But I do, Akeem Ali, he's like, he's a rapper, but he also does like comedic type of soulful pieces, I would say. And he has one I just seen recently, and it fucking, I hate when I think like this, but he had one about the coochie with a bush. Yeah, okay. She got I'll keep the bush on the coochie or whatever. Regardless of whatever it was, he want a hairy pussy. And that's and I'm like, all right, cool. And he sang a song about it. And I was like, bitch, this is it. This right here is what I love this. It's hilarious, but also, nigga, you're nice with it. Like, motherfucker, nice with it. And I'm like, God damn it. And it was like I wouldn't say it's not a Luther Vandross beat, but it was a beat that you heard that he basically remade a song, and he talking about Coochie Bush, and it's just like, bitch, what? That's I loved it. And I'm like, hell yeah, Akeem Ali. Shout out Akeem Ali.
Shout out to that boy. Shout out to the boy and all the
Bush shit right there. And I'm like, man, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Like, that's in my lane. I could definitely write something silly about that. And so now I thought about it, and it's now that he's done something like that, I feel as if I can't touch it. But I'm like, everybody talk about Coochie Bush, or everybody talk about, it's like I could definitely write.
You could do it.
Right? I could write a poem about it. It'll be my. It's not like I'm stealing or nothing like that. It's just, the idea was there, and I'm like, huh. So, that's just the things that I think about when it's like, what could be the next funny factor when it comes to a poem that stands out, but that also has the capability of gut-wrenching laughter.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I am with music. I'm always thinking about, one thing I don't ever do is trends. I don't care to make TikTok music, part. I don't care to do a lot of things. I'm more so focused on what'll make a person ball their face up. That old school kind of hip hop feel. Make a bitch be like, oh, you get what I'm saying? What can I say that I haven't said?
Yeah.
What's being talked about and how can I talk about it different?
Yeah.
So I and also just remaining being myself. Like, there are certain things that Disney adults love me. Disney adults love me because there's so many Disney punchlines in my music.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, you won't catch them.
I love that.
You won't catch them.
You do. I do have, like, seeing your shit. Just how you put that ball of face up moment. I've had many of those moments listening to your pieces. It just be like, ooh, no, he ain't going that hard. I know he not going so. Ooh, that nigga going hard, son. God damn, yeah, that. Ooh, bitch, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on, yeah. That's good. Nigga, we in
like
the
a
same
rapper
room
be like,
together.
damn, why I ain't think about that?
Like, I ain't think about that.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
To put
nigga,
things in
nice.
perspective, is beautiful. It's challenging, and I love it.
Hell yeah.
And to travel and do it, to get the same reactions in different states.
I got a partner that's out there in Arizona. I believe it's Arizona. His name is Ray Wimley, and he's a street performer. And basically, he just goes to the corner and he raps, he freestyles, and that's all he does. But he doesn't curse, and so he goes out. Shout out to Ray. I hope I can get him on here. So he goes out on the corner and he has people. I've seen you've probably seen people do this before. Tell him, give him a word, and he'll rap it in line and all that as he's rhyming and shit. But he's done this for so long, and he's so nice with it, like kind of like Twister, but just freestyling. Always, like, the way his brain has to work, it amazes me. And he's so nice with it. Like, he's been approached by Common in the street, and so Common saw him and then took him to Jimmy Fallon, and then now Fallon has a segment on their show where they do that. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, little kid rapper from New Orleans, son. And he's out there in Arizona now, and the Ray Wimley Experiment. It's something, him and somebody else that he has like a band that goes out there with him now, and that's how he makes his money, just by fucking free, and he don't curse or nothing like that.
Shout out to Ray.
Dog,
my boy, you see this interview, link up with me. I'm in Arizona too.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Ain't nothing, my boy.
Yes, sir. So this is good. This feels great. This feels great. The connections that you can make by the littlest, by knowing who you know. Yeah. And so that's always great. So what is your next adventures when it comes to this music? What is I know you're always working. What are you working on now?
What I'm working on now, I'm releasing a bunch of singles.
Yeah. I'm
just gonna release them. I'm gonna try my best to do 2 to 3 visuals a month. I'm working on my EP, Behind the Scenes with 1200 Runaway.
Okay.
which is really dope. Oh, it is so dope because he's allowing me to be myself.
Yeah.
So therefore, we're blending genres and the way we're doing it, we have this one song where we're blending in EDM, pop, and rap. And
that's gotta sound crazy.
I am having a ball right now. I'm having a ball. Besides working on my EP, I'm also getting ready to go to Cali. I'm working with some people in Cali, which is exciting. I've never been to Cali.
Yeah.
Shout out to the August Fest. Shout out to y'all.
Hello. Shout outs.
You. But yeah, I'm excited to take my music to different states. Definitely. And I'm also, what's next? My next big move, if it's in God's plan, I'll be back in Houston.
Yeah.
I was super, super shocked this weekend to see how many people still remembered me.
Yeah. It's crazy that you think that because you set a precedent whenever you go somewhere, son. You're very unforgettable.
Man, thank you.
Yes, sir.
It was a blessing. It's been 4 years. You get what I'm saying? So for people,
it's been that long.
It's been that long. Wow. And for people to still, remember what songs I did, where they see me at, certain lines in my music, they like. I'm still thinking about that shit, but. It was shocking. It was very humbling because I'm not a humble person. I'm a modest person.
Hey, come on, I like that.
But I was forever grateful. So I do want to come back here. Houston is a home for me.
Yeah,
Houston is a home for me.
Hell yeah. Where's? I need to know, like, your writing process. What do you like to write? How do you write? What do you write on? Are you a paper to pen, or you straight to phone?
I hate the phone.
You hate the phone?
I hate the phone.
Oh, so you old school, straight pen to paper.
That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
I was always the youngest of the rappers.
Yeah.
And it was, you got to write right then and there, like pen and paper right then. And so that's pretty much my writing process, especially going back in school. I wanted to be an author originally.
Okay.
And so I can write about anything. And my teacher, they put a topic on the desk.
Yeah.
You flip that motherfucker over. You got 45 minutes to write 6 paragraphs. So it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing to write a 3-minute song.
Yeah.
Come on. So I can write about any and everything as long as the energy of the environment I'm in is good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm
pretty much good. I can write sad. I can write while I'm depressed. I can write when I'm happy.
Do you have a specific place where you like to write?
Alone. This shit. Alone.
I feel that. Yeah. Just usually people come on and they have a certain place. Like I can't. Like I have a friend. She said I can't write outside. Like I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, with people around. She's like, no. So they can be looking at what I'm writing and wondering what I'm writing. Well, why would you think that? She's like, that's just what I would be thinking. Yeah. Outside writing, but I'm like, I feel you. She's like, yeah, I prefer to be like some people prefer to be in their car. I'm a car person. A car or the shower. I always tell myself I'm going to bring a squeegee or some shit like that in the shower because that's when the best lines come. It's when I'm in the shower. When I'm in a predicament to where I cannot write the shit down and I know I need to write it down, that's usually where I'm at. Like the car when I'm not supposed to be texting and driving. And it's like,
you say that. No, let me get it.
Yeah, hold on, man. Fuck what you talking about. Bitch, if I die, they going to see this the realest shit I ever wrote. Nigga. Realest shit. Like, hey man, this nigga was on his phone texting. It's terrible, but man, look at this fire ass line of this nigga.
As long as I can write in the car, as long as I'm by myself, because I do a lot of weird sounds, and I don't want nobody to be like, what the kind of song you just made? I don't want.
I like a good ad-lib though.
Now, it's something that could have been golden.
Yeah.
Is now I'm scratching my head. I'm like, I don't know if I should say that then,
He got me second guessing myself.
And that has happened before. So, yeah.
That's why. I see, all right. Sometimes it's good to second guess yourself though. I've told this story before, but it's fun. Like I got a group of comedians that we started way back in the day called Young Funny. Shout out to Young Funny.
Yo.
And there's a logo that I made since I draw and everything. I was gonna be responsible for making a logo and shit. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna make a logo. It's gonna say Young Funny and shit. And I do graffiti art, so that was my thing to go ahead and make this logo, make it all cool and dope. We're gonna make T-shirts and yada yada yada. Yeah. So I drew up the first draft of it. And I'm like, and I wanted it to kind of like, be a mesh between young going this way and funny going that way, and it be all cool looking. So it goes between itself. And the first time I drew it, that bitch looked like a swastika. And I was like, oh. I didn't want to believe it and I didn't want to see it. And so I was like, man, look at that, man. That's it right there. What y'all think? They was like, whoa, hold on, Kyle. I was like, that's fire, right? They was like, man, I see what you're doing.
That's fire, right?
It's like, I see what you're doing. Cool. But man, it looked like a swastika. I'm like, what? Nah, man, turn it a little bit, man. I don't see like, nah, Kyle, that's a definite swastika. And I'm like, you sure? And it was like, yeah. And I, to this day, nigga, I cannot unsee that being a swastika. There's nothing else than it is but in a swastika. And I thought I was being creative. I'm like, yeah, that shit fire. And it was like, nah, that's a swastika. And I'm like, oh, what? And I redid it, and it's a fleur-de-lis now, which is like, oh, of course. Like, why didn't I think of that before? Like, fleur-de-lis came after I did this, and it's like, swastika. And it's like, oh no. But I'm from New Orleans. Fleur-de-lis, the French.
Right.
Why didn't I think of it before? I needed to be told, hey nigga, that look dumb and don't give us this shit. To be able to like, all right, let me do it over again. And be like, oh, just a second look and now it's better. Yeah.
See, sometimes you got to go through that process.
Yeah,
process.
It's good to not have yes men all the time. You know, maybe Rick Ross wouldn't have lost his Reebok deal if he wouldn't have had yes men.
That part
going all around and shit. It's
that part,
like you probably shouldn't say that, Rick Ross. He was like, "Fuck it," drugging bitches is a fun bar to be putting in lines. And then Reebok's like, "It's not.
It's not. That's not okay."
Give me this endorsement. This is how you feel. The fuck?
Oh man, that's something that I'm learning.
Yeah.
Something that I'm learning. There's a time and a place to be completely raw.
Yes.
And then there's a time and place to be more professional and just more clean.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going through with my rap.
Yeah. I feel you on that. I haven't opened the book, but they got the book of synonyms and antonyms and shit. And sometimes when I am fucking going through poems and all that, I'm like, nigga, this is a little bit too raw. You need to probably find another word for this, just so you can say the same thing, but it's not as it's not as virile as you can. You don't need to hit them like this. You dial it back a little bit. Say the same shit, just dial it back with another word. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. I'm like, I am. It's fun playing with words. I am learning that aspect of being a creator and being an artist and entertainer, because like I just recently did a show to where like I did something good and I'm like, I'm feeling myself, and I went to go jump off the deep end and I fucked up.
Shit.
I didn't fuck up bad. It was just like, I probably could have saved that. Like I've done this often to where I fuck over my in slam. I did it in a slam before to where I was like, I came in second and I was like, I could win if I do this, but I don't want to make these people feel like this, so I'm gonna do this. Yeah,
that's what I'm. Yep, that's me right now. That is me right now because hip hop is such a hardcore, unfiltered genre.
Yeah,
and yes, I can go there. Yes, you get what I'm saying. I can go NWA and then just. You get what I'm saying. But I also want to hold myself accountable.
Right.
And also hold my integrity too to me as a person. Yes. Like, yes, I know you can say this.
Right.
But is that truly your character?
Is it need to be said?
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what I'm going through. And, that's why I'm kind of going through a lot of, there's artists that think they can, challenge the Yena.
Yeah.
Because I've been so filtered, now I'm rapping about my emotions and feelings and heartbreaks. And I'm rapping about Black political stuff with Yena Tubman. I've made Harriet Tubman so goddamn cool. Motherfuckers don't even want to talk about Malcolm X no more like that in Arizona when we're in a conversation with me because, the way I put her in a position like a power, which she's always been, But in hip hop, it's a little different, especially with men. You know, we tend to lead towards the Malcolm X, the Martin Luther King. So it's really different to see a man step in and be like, nah, I'm on a mission like I'm Harriet, full charge. You either sliding or you ain't, brother, pick one. You either Martin or you Malcolm, brother, pick one. You get what that's different, you know? So that's why, you know, there's artists right now that think they can step to my pen. So now I have to revert back to my roots. Back, you know, when I was very unfiltered, you know, very just unruly. And, you know, that I'm getting back to that just for a little bit. Time and place.
That's fun. Usually I when my writing, it's all over the place just because it goes. I try not to be swayed by the things that I see, but sometimes it's just like I get the urge to be like, oh, I need to write something nasty like that. I need to get a like. So I got a lot of bars basically. Like I got this. Like I was mentioning in the beginning, how you're doing your mic hanging red, and then you got the background shit. Now,
shout out to Overlooked Heroes.
Come on,
my boy.
Shout outs, man. Now I want to do that, but like I got a black mic just like that one. I want to stand it up, but my segment that I wanted to do is called Soapbox Bars. Soapbox Bars is like, you know, being on a soapbox, but is bars basically. And so, like, all poetry, no beats behind it, and it's just me up, like, I'm up on my soapbox, but giving bars, you know? So it's just like, kind of like the Bars Fest, but it's not a competition. It's just something that's how I wanted to be. Somebody being like, or like the ciphers. Like, I really think about Eminem and Royce the 5'9" when they had their cipher, when it was at their little Palisade-looking place, and they had the camera angle was from the bottom, and all you can hear is like the scuffling of their feet and shit. And it was, everything was quiet besides the words that he was delivering, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to recreate that.
That'll be fire.
But it's just like I don't know how the vision that I have and how I want to complete it. What I have to work with, I don't know if it's going to give me the satisfaction that I'm looking for.
Man, my boy, you got to start from somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
You got to start from somewhere. I tell everybody, just do it. Do it. Just start. Because if you don't, you never know. You never know, my boy.
Yeah.
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Yes, definitely. And that's definitely what's happening. And it feels like it's being prolonged too long, and I need to hurry up and get up on it. Like everything's there. I just need to act on it. Like this podcast has been going on 5 years now. Yeah, 5 years now. So like it wasn't going to get started.
I've been watching it, man. You growing.
It wasn't going to start unless I just did it. Like it was going to take me. The first one came me sitting on the bed, 2 hours, me talking about life and family and what I want this to be. And then it eventually evolved into this because I wanted this to be a guideline of chasing the dream, what it takes to chase a dream. But then I ran into all these dream chasers that have like great guidelines of how they just want to live being an artist. And I'm like, oh, this is monumental as well. Like I definitely use this too. This is kind of exactly what I'm looking for. So I came out with the idea to do one thing, and it molded into something that people really gravitate towards. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know I was going to do this, but I fucks with it, you know?
And it works because you have who you present as on stage. You know, I felt comfortable to, you know, still after years, I'm like, I'm coming to Houston. I have to sit down with him just because I'm a fan of your personality.
Hey.
Just you as a person, I said, I know I'm going to be comfortable in this interview, and I know I'm going to laugh my ass off over this. I already know. I'm already knowing.
People come here and they're like, man, we're going to talk about it. I'm like, don't worry about it. I got it.
We just going to go.
I am a fan of yours, okay? So just, you sit here, we going to get it going, you know? So usually when people come on, you're like, bitch, that was fun. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm very curious about you. So now that we finally, you know, get to sit there and people's like, oh, this is good. When can we do it again? Don't worry. Go ahead and build. I'll be back. I'll be back. Definitely. Because like there's so many people that I want to get back on here that have kept going. Like since I didn't have the camera, and now they're at a spot to where it's like, nigga, you need to see it now. I'm like, yes, I would love to see what's happening now. Like from when I've seen you, from your jump to, you know, I don't think you haven't had the hyena persona the whole time for me knowing you, did you?
Not full blown, no.
Right.
Not full blown.
And so I remember when you like really stuck into it, I'm like, bitch, this is good. Nigga, when you got the logo and the actual the picture logo, which man, I was like, bitch, this nigga here.
Yeah.
I need to get whatever he's on because then he's doing it right. And I'm like, hell yeah.
And for everybody in Houston, this is why I was super surprised that people still remembered me. Everything that I was doing was just me testing what I'm doing now. Because it was just an idea on paper.
Yeah.
The songs, the name change, the hyenas. I was like, I don't know if people gonna. Well, let me test it.
Yeah.
Let me let the people decide. And I'm on stage. I'm like, let's see. Let's Yena, and you know,
dude, it gets me chills just now. It gave me chills just now. I'm like, ooh, somebody about to go off on this bitch.
Bad. Yeah, it was all testing. So I owe Houston a motherfucking performance.
Hell yeah.
Y'all ain't seen Chop Right Now. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
Come on. I see that's how I feel right now. I'm like, man, I can't wait to like people see my friends. Like, this is why I made the platform, just so I can be like, oh yeah, okay. It's good that people are gravitating towards me, but I also have like friends that are just as amazing, even better than what I do. And I want everybody to be seen, because that was the whole reason for me leaving New Orleans to go. I say this is my Happy Feet moment, basically, because you know how at Happy Feet, he left. He'd be like, hey man, y'all niggas taking our fish. Like, yo, come. Like, I get it, you know, you like these feet and shit, boom, I dance for these niggas. Cool. But man, I got people back at the house. They starving, man. Y'all taking our fish, man. Come see. We got more motherfuckers out here. And they sing, they dance, all that. Just come back and bring the fish too. You know. So that's what I'm like. Oh, y'all like what I got? That's cool, man. Come back home, man. Yeah. Come see the homies. Like, come see what they can do.
Absolutely.
Like, cause you bringing all the fish to all these motherfuckers, but. Bitch, we trying to eat down here too.
Yeah,
like come see.
And
you know?
that's I like that comparison there, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I have so many creative friends, from Houston to Florida, and the only thing that keeps them from going as far as I'm going and being able to move the way I'm moving is the fact they have families.
Yeah,
you know. So I'm bulldozing. I'm kicking down doors.
Yeah,
for all of us.
Yeah,
and you know, I always tell my creative friends, you know, stay ready.
Right.
Stay ready.
Stay ready. That's it.
That's
Just
all you have
ready.
to do. Continue to get on stage. Continue to build your brand, because you never know who's going to reach out to you, because I put everybody names in rooms they feet haven't walked in yet.
Yeah.
Everybody, including you, my boy.
Come on now.
Come on. So now. Yeah, that's me.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Just like I'm Harriet. It's for all of us, my boy.
I love that. Yes. That just reminds me of like Tiffany Haddish. They ready. Like, that was her thing. They ready, stay ready, so you ain't gotta be ready. Like, always. Like, I'm always prepared. Like, I have this feeling of a resurgence that I'm gonna have when I'm able to actually get back out and do my thing, because nigga, I got some shit in the tuck that ain't nobody heard yet, and I'm like, yo, and I've taken some shit other places to where people be like, nigga, what was that? And I was like, oh yeah, that's a piece I ain't never heard that. I got shit that I don't really think that everybody should hear. It's just for certain areas that, you know, this will work here, this will work there, but I just try to be funny. Yeah. Basically, I just try to do comedy, poetry wherever I go. But I have pieces that'll make you be like, oh, nigga, you made my heart hurt. Like, I have pieces like that. Same. Like, I wrote because I was a hopeless romantic. So I want to put out a book, which is, I still say this, but I want to put out a book of love poems that I wrote to all these women that don't love me no more. So the heartbreak, you know, it's just like, this is what I wrote for and boom, and I want to make a book about that, but it's like, nigga, who am I for people to be like, nigga, we don't give a fuck about a book of love poems that you, but also it is just something.
There's people out there that need it though.
I know. I think about that often. Like, don't keep it from somebody that might need to hear it, you know. So definitely, so it is something that I have in the work. There's so many things that I have in the back of my mind, and it's like, when I get the time, like, I'ma just like it's a pin cushion. You'd be like, all right, I'm gonna do this one now. Boom. All right, hold on. Well, let me put this back real quick. Let me go back to let me pull this one out. Okay, let's work on this for a little bit. All right, boom. Put that back in the hold that. Put a pin in that. Bang, bang, right there. All right. Whoop, this one you look right. Let's work on this now. So that's kind of how I'm all over the place because ADHD makes me do that. So it's just like as long as I still can come back to it. Yeah, you know, I feel okay about it. I feel okay that it's an idea that I can flesh out. It's not ready yet, but eventually it'll be something. So, you know, just keep it in the back burner. Yeah. There's so many things like that.
That's nice that I can't work like that because I think all my ideas are beautiful. Yeah, you know, so that's why I go with the method more. So let the people decide. I don't put out so much. Yeah, just okay. Let's see how the people respond to this because at the end of the day, those are the ones that's going to buy it. Right, they're going to support it, and that's just how I work now. Yeah, I work now. Whatever works, I'll be like, okay, I can do this, and okay, I got feedback from this area about this little thing I did. Okay, let me see if I can incorporate the good things from that area, the good things from this, because not all the ideas that I'll be coming up with is good, but it has some positive effects that I can learn from and take and implement in this. And that's how I end up getting to Yena. So overall, it's just like,
that's dope.
Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. People be watching me post stuff and be like, damn, like this, he know what he doing. I'll be like, shit. It took a lot of fails.
It took a while. It took a
lot of fails to get to the success. It definitely
took a while to get here. Like, for the longest, the Maniacal Menace, that people like it took for my shit to get stolen for me to actually be like, all right, the Maniacal Menace Kyle Smith. Because like my Maniacal Menace got hacked, and like I was like, oh shit, devastated. How I'm gonna rebuild? And then I rebuild to where I got like 4K followers and shit now. So many goddamn followers.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You know, which I don't even. It's just now that people are seeing what I'm doing, and it had to go from me being hacked to being turning my shit into the Maniacal Menace, then Kyle Smith, just because it's like I do. Too many Kyles out there in this world, and none of them are black. Not many of them are black, especially Kyle Smiths. So to be a Kyle Smith out there, but also to use my moniker that I have, the Maniacal Menace, is difficult to spell, but it's the only name out there like it.
Right, and it fits you.
Right, and so it's just like, okay, like for this to come about how it did, it took a minute for everything to come together, and me be like, oh, this is what it needs to be. Like it took this to happen and this to happen and this to happen for it to turn out into what it is. And now when I come on stage, people are like, is it the Maniacal Menace? Or is it Maniacal Menace Kyle Smith? I'm like, it's the Maniacal Menace Kyle Smith. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. And they're like, bitch, I like that. You'd be like, okay, good. And so that's a way for it to stick now, because in the beginning, people were like, nigga, I can't say this.
I couldn't say it. For the longest, I was calling you the Mechanical Menace. For the long time, I said, I don't know why it's mechanical, but... you know, it works. It works.
It works now. So like when people are coming, they're like, "Ooh, the Manacal's here." All right.
Yeah.
And so sometimes people come up and be like, "What do you prefer, Maniacal or Menace, Mr. Menace?" So I was like, "I like all of that." You know what? If we're gonna go ahead and chop it down in half like this, fuck yeah. Call me.
As long as you know exactly who I am.
Right.
Fuck
yeah, it feels awesome too.
That feels beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah,
to walk into the room, you ain't even gotta speak. You just, people know exactly what you do, what you stand for, what you represent. Yeah, that is beautiful. That's hard work paid off.
It is. Yeah, it is. And and you're a person that gives that type of presence. Like when you come in, like even if people don't know you, like you still give off that type of presence. We're like, what that nigga do? That nigga do something. I know you do something. What you do? You carry yourself as if you an amazing person. Yeah, I need to know.
Yes.
That's good. I think as an entertainer, you kind of need to have that type of persona on you, just so you don't always have to be on. People can just feel it in your aura. Yeah. Like, oh, you're a special person. So what you do? You do something. I've had a lot of grandmothers that came up to me and be like, "You're a special person. What you do?" I feel it on you. What you do?
I tell everybody it's important to get that energy within yourself.
Yeah.
That comes from just believing in what you're doing, being confident. It's rare now. It is very rare. Social media, Everybody is superstars on social media, but they don't know how to take that into real life.
No.
And I've realized that.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, definitely work on your confidence, believing in yourself truly, and wholeheartedly believe in your successes, believe in your fails, and just believe that you can overcome all of it. And yeah, you're definitely, anybody can walk into the room like that. Anybody. I know that I have that energy, and for those who do have it, it's so easy to use that energy in a negative way.
Yeah.
I try to be a mirror for my peers.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, shit, let me get my logo versus, oh, he think he all that because he got his logo. You get what I'm saying? I try to be a mirror and try to inspire my peers because we all on the come up.
Hell yeah. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. Logo. I couldn't get it out.
I got you. I got you. We here, my boy.
Hell yeah, man. Fuck yeah, man. This has been very inspirational. And every time I talk to somebody, I'm like, man, this is gonna be good. I don't expect it to be as good as it did. And it's like, ooh, niggas gonna learn today. So yeah, before we get out of here, we usually I have somebody new on that has never been on. I like to play a game of choices with them. Just to break up the monotony of everything. We got a game of choices. Basically, you got 4 options and 4 choices. All right. And now you got your options are you gotta be one, raise one, sell one, and have relations with the other one. And
say that one more time.
Be one of them.
Okay.
Raise one of them.
Okay.
Sell one of them, and then relations with the other one.
Okay.
And your choices are a mermaid, a mogwai, a Mexican, and a manatee. A mogwai is Gizmo. If you don't remember Gremlins.
Okay.
Yeah, Gizmo from Gremlins. That's a mogwai.
All right. Okay. I'll be a mermaid.
Okay.
Shout out to my sirens. Yeah. Shit. Give me the goddamn options again.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got to
be one.
Be one. Raise one. Sell one. Relations with the other one.
I will definitely raise a gremlin.
You raise. Okay. Cool. I love it.
I'm gonna raise him.
All right.
I hope I ain't speak that over my next child. Lord, I'm gonna, this is gonna drive me crazy. Lord. Goddamn. So I'm gonna sell the Manti.
Okay. And you have relations with the Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Arizona.
That's so good. That's so good. Immediately, that was really quick to say that. You also had to think about it. It's like you already knew what it was gonna be. It was like, I'm gonna be a mermaid, and I'm gonna go ahead and raise this mogwai. I'm gonna go ahead and sell that manatee. We're in relations with this Mexican. Fuck yeah.
What made you pick them damn options? I don't understand.
I like alliteration. And so and I've always wanted to, marry, fuck, kill type of situation. So that's always fun. Mermaid, mogwai, Mexican, manatee. And I just think they all kind of like intersect with each other too, because if you're a mermaid, you probably don't want to get your mogwai wet. So it's just like, oh, how do I go about that? And, sometimes or if you're a Mexican and you marry a mermaid, the type of food that y'all can come up with, fish flautas or some shit like that.
I can't stand them. A whole lot of fish tacos, my boy. A lot of fish tacos. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll fucking good time. Good time. Hell yeah. But man, let everybody know where they can follow you at.
Yo. So you can follow me everywhere at Yena. That's Yena Wildn. That's WILDN. Yena Wildn will be on all platforms, all streaming platforms real soon. Like more on the 28th of this month.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I got a single coming. It's called Pipe Down.
Oh, okay.
Back to that, that raw, unfiltered.
Yes, sir.
Let me dip back into my roots.
Boom, dipping back in.
Got my name in your damn
the
mouth.
typical Dorito. Come on, we dipping in.
Yeah. I got people telling. I'm saying some things.
Yes, sir.
Saying some things.
Hell
but
yeah.
That's where y'all can follow me at, man.
Fuck yeah. Well, y'all know what this been, man. It's been Tell Me a Joke, the guideline of chasing the dream. I've been your host, Maniacal, Menace, Kyle Smith. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Tell somebody. That's what get us to these dances, algorithms and shit. All that you gotta do, give me over to 500,000. Whatever.
Get them now.
I need to get up over 500 subscribers.
Get them now,
so I can start doing shit for real. But yeah, man, thank y'all, and until next time, keep dreaming, jokers.
Yo.